Since a very, very long time. Thank you for being here, Robin.
No, thank you for having me. I've been someone who's actually been following your growth and evolution as well. I've been watching the show, I think, for a good 3, 4, 5 years now.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Means a lot because you played for Mumbai Indians in IPL season 1.
Not many people know that though.
Mumbai Indians fans remember. The ones who watched all the seasons remember. I remember you taking a catch and then doing the bow down and all. You were fielding at
Point, I think, in Wankhede.
I think it was long off or long on. I can't remember.
Perhaps, yeah.
But I remember you taking this catch.
It's the old Wankhede Stadium.
Yeah. You did the bow down. And I was really happy because I think this was after the 2007 World Cup, this IPL. And Robin Uthappa had a very cool vibe then because your whole vibe coming out of the 2007 World Cup was head on, mercurial, all that. And then one of the commentators said, no, how can he bow down? This is not correct. And I felt very angry as a fan. I was like, why can't someone get to express their personality? I think the cricket world wasn't ready for the new age cricket world that was coming through.
Back then I felt... I always felt with my cricket, I always felt I was slightly ahead of the curve. Growing up, I would play aggressively, and often there were many times I was chucked out of the nets because I played too aggressively, played too many shots in the air. I've even been dropped from my Ranji Trophy team once because I played a reverse sweep in an under-19 state match and then got out. And then to see 20 years on, that if you don't play the reverse sweep, you may not, like if you don't know how to play innovative shots, you may not find a spot in a side. So you see the game evolving like that, and I was at the other end. As in, I often played the reverse sweep. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I think that's such is life.
There's things you get to learn about human beings through the process of podcasting. Now, personally, I also love cricket, so I watch a lot of cricket punditry, and I know you more than I know the average guest on my show because I followed your cricket career and I followed you as a pundit. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to ask you today or say to you today is from a place of a lot of thought. And it's a lot of questions that I've had for you since a very long time. Seeing your journey at KKR, before that at Mumbai Indians, before that in the 2007 World Cup. My question to you is... to begin with, like you spoke about how while you're growing up, you're not and you weren't encouraged to play aggressive shots. Things have changed completely. Right? But we're both 90s kids. We didn't even think in the 90s that T20 would be a thing.
No.
Right?
Never.
So, and you began learning cricket in the 90s sometime, roughly? Early 90s? What was it like growing up, knowing that you possibly could become a cricketer for India? How was that journey? Like, how was your childhood? Basically, I'm wanting to know the background.
Well, for me, the story goes like this. I actually started playing tennis first as a sport. My dad was an international hockey umpire, and he also played hockey for Karnataka. Once got selected to the Indian camp, and then something happened, and then he was sent. Like he was made basically. He was selected to join the Indian camp, and then there were the local state elections that happened, and then the powers that were in place got changed, and then so while he was on the train, he was asked to give his ticket to the guy who was replacing him, and then so that's when he decided, okay, I don't want to play hockey anymore, and then he moved to, because hockey was his passion, he moved to doing something in relation with hockey, so he became a referee. Then he became, Karnataka's second international hockey referee. And then he didn't want me to play a team sport because he saw the downsides or the political sides of, or the bureaucracy sides of, how it could affect an individual. So he wanted me to play an individual sport. He loved tennis. So he made me play tennis initially. I played tennis for a good 10 months and I liked it. I loved the sport.
Were you good?
I was decent. I was getting decent at it. And 10 months down, it was almost summer vacations. I was 7 years old and I went to my mum. Generally, my dad actually, we had a small 30-40 plot in front of our apartments. And then, so he cleaned that whole plot up and made it like a playground for all the kids to play. And so we'd play a lot of cricket there, a lot of different sports there. So that day I didn't go out to play. My mom was like, why haven't you gone out to play? And I brought a newspaper and I said, I opened up the newspaper and there's a city sports section on Indian Express newspapers. So, and there was this little article of Brijesh Patel and Imtiaz Cricket Academy. So I said, I want to go there. It was a summer camp. So I said, I want to go there. I don't want to play tennis anymore. So my mom was a little like flummoxed, a little like, hey, like how he's coming, like a 7-year-old kid is coming and telling me I want to play cricket. The story moves on to 2 days later. I saw the first pair of batting gloves in my life.
You could rewind a little bit. Why did you want to play cricket?
I don't know.
Just internally.
My first conscious memory of myself as a human being is of me playing cricket. So when I retired from all forms of Indian cricket, my mom actually put up that picture of the memory of myself. Like my first memory of myself as a person is of me playing cricket. My mom throwing the ball to me and me hitting it and me saying sixer. That is my first memory of myself. So I think I've always been in love with the game. I've always loved the game. I think I was truly passionate about the game, and it's something I know today is my passion. You know, it's anything related to cricket. I adore it. I love it. It's fun. I don't feel bored. Today when I yes, I've retired from Indian cricket, but I'm still playing cricket outside of India. But when I speak to some of my peers, some of the former cricketers who've retired, a lot of them express as to how they feel burnt out, or they felt burnt out and they don't enjoy the game anymore. It's not even relatable to me. I don't relate to what they're sharing with me. It feels like, how? Like for me, I'm not like, you make me, like with cricket, you make me coach people, I'll happily coach people. You make me talk about cricket, I'll talk about cricket. You make me broadcast, I'll broadcast. You make me play, I'll play. The energy, the passion for all of it is the same because it's cricket, you know?
And on some deeper level, you don't know why. It's just there in
I
your
think
blood.
it was there. I think it was meant to be. I think cricket was meant to happen. And I always knew that. I think by the age of 8, when I first got dropped, like I went for my under 13 state selections at the age of 8 for the first time. And I got cut in the first round. I didn't make it past the first round. But I came back, I was very happy. And my mom was like, she came to, console me. And I said, don't worry, I'm fine. I said, I know that this is what I'll do for the rest of my life. I said, even if I earn 10 rupees from this, Mama, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. My mom was like, weird, again. But my mom supported me a lot through my childhood. She was the one, Dad was like, you want to play cricket? Play cricket. But I'm not taking you anywhere. Mom will take you. So literally mom learned to drive, taking me to the academies and to the summer camps and all of that. And mom supported me quite a bit through my younger years. And mom was the one who kind of, and cricket back then was a slightly expensive sport. Today is a far more expensive sport than it used to be. And through all the trials and tribulations that we've been through as a family, mom's like supported me a lot in my younger years.
Were you an opening batsman then as well?
Yeah. As in middle order, and I started off as a middle order bat who could bowl off spin. But then I was naturally, with cricket, I could do everything. Yeah, I was a very decent fielder. I could keep well. I could bat anywhere. I could bowl. In fact, for junior Karnataka state underage state cricket, I bowled leg spin, off spin, medium pace, open the batting and bat in the middle order. So I've done everything, and I've kept. The only thing I didn't do is bowl left arm spin.
Dude, are all young cricketers also kind of trained to be all-rounders, and then does one of the skills drop off? That's all what I've always assumed.
Not necessarily, but yeah, ideally you will start off, bowling, batting, and like kids when they start off at the age of 7 and 8 and all that, right? They want to bowl, they want to bat, they want to try different things. So a lot of good coaches will allow them to go through all of those experiences and figure out, okay, and then they'll pay attention to, okay, what skills are they good with, and then they'll communicate that to them. There are coaches and then there are good coaches, and then you have to be lucky enough to find good coaches.
Good coaches also probably a good mentor in some ways. I think that's what, or
not necessarily. I think communication is a completely different skill than being passionate about something. For example, you could be extremely good at something, but you won't know how to articulate what you're good at to somebody else. So I think that skill is a completely different skill that needs to be developed. A lot of thought goes behind it. Sometimes people aren't willing to go through the process of how to articulate something to somebody. Sometimes they don't want to articulate something to somebody. So there are different things that are